What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video and happy Tuesday. I hope you guys are having a good day so far. As you can see, my dad is finally back in the chair after 3 months of not cutting his hair, and his hair has grown really long. You can see it's long around the ears and also around the neck where it's curling up. Top has a lot of length, and he asked me to cut it down with the number 4 guard, so that's what I'm using here is the number 4 guard. And there was just so much hair I didn't know like how to just attack it, so I just went in at the top and started trimming everything down. I do finish going over the top part a little bit more in the haircut. I went in with the number 4 guard still and started trimming all the sides down. The top and the sides were probably about the same length, so I really wanted to focus on knocking down a lot of this bulk first. I was taking my time trimming down this hair. I didn't want to get it everywhere, it would have made a mess, so I was just being a little OCD and making sure that I was cleaning up the hair properly. I would say my dad has been parting his hair for a little over a year now, or maybe just about a year, and he really wants to start brushing it back again. We could have kept some length and just brushed it back and see what it looked like, but we went ahead and chopped it all down, and this haircut is going to be pretty much based on it still being parted. But maybe in some later videos we'll see how long and nice we can get the top and see what else we could do with it. My dad's hair is not too thick, so using these Babyliss trimmers will pretty much bald out his head completely, but I do go ahead and knock down that number 4 guard with the number 2 guard, lever I believe all the way closed. Next, I'm creating a guideline with no guard on my wall wireless clippers. Immediately closing the lever all the way in the closed position so I can erase that line. So the base of his head is now a number 2. I'm going to go ahead and create another guideline using the number 1 guard. Not going up too high, but I do have the lever fully closed. Right above that, I'm going to use the 1.5 guard to kind of blend out that number 2. Next, I'm using the half guard with the lever all the way open to blend out that number 1 line. Luckily, his hair does blend down pretty easily, so I can pretty much use one clipper throughout the entire cut. I'm switching back to the number 1 guard just so I could start blending out that 1.5, lever all the way open, and I'll just close the lever a little bit at a time, brushing the hair out the way, and just down fading from here until I feel that the line has been blended out evenly. The Babyliss trimmers did do a very good job at keeping him balded, but I wanted to go even shorter with this, more skinned, and the wall wireless trimmers do a really good job. Moving on to the opposite end, you guys can see the big difference that it is from the opposite side, and this side there's just so much bulk, and it's crazy to see that's just how long the hair was. The Babyliss FX trimmers with the 2.0 blade, this isn't the stock blade, this is a 2.0. I have a video if you haven't seen of me replacing this, and this thing just chops through any type of bolt that I put against it with ease. It just did a really good job. It's very nice on the skin, especially to people who have sensitive skin. It won't irritate it as much. Things just did a really good job. I was definitely impressed. I'm knocking that number 4 down with the number 2 guard, lever all the way closed. So as you guys can see, by each step we've just been down fading and opening and closing that lever as needed, just until we're comfortable with the way the line looks. With no guard attached, I'm just using the corner of the blade to kind of blend out that line, remembering to brush the hair out the way just so you can see any imperfections that are going on, but it didn't take too much to blend that out. I am parting his hair now so I can make a part line for it and line him up. This is the part where I wanted to make sure the top of the hair was even, so I just went ahead with the number 4 guard and going all the way around it, and especially the back side, since I noticed it was a lot bulkier. These trimmers were literally dying right now, so I had to switch to the Bronze Series 9 to finish off the job. I hadn't charged those Wall 5-star shaver, the battery, in such a long time, but it held off quite a while. I did swap it out for a new battery as well earlier last year. I told you guys I was gonna create his guideline and line him up, but I've done everything but that. Guess I wanted to knock out some of these imperfections and just make sure that the blend was right. I do end up trimming down the sides just a little bit more. When we go this long without a haircut, I always like to do a high skin fade on him. It lasts a long time and it looks good, and he likes these type of haircuts. Just in case anybody was wondering why I was doing this type of cut. Now with the number 1 guard attached to the blade, it was probably in the all the way open position. I'm just doing a little bit of clipper over comb to blend out the side part. It was really dark and just didn't blend well. Grabbed the number 2 guard and we'll end up down fading here now with the number 1.5, and I believe I do stop here because I was pretty satisfied with how it looked. My dad's lineup isn't too bad. He does have a little bit of fading towards like his left side, our right side that we're looking at, but I do make it look good. I try not to push the sides back too far and just kind of leave it boxy and nice looking. Now you can see where it is missing a little bit of hair. I would like to do some enhancements on him at a later time just so we can see the difference and how it looks. Just cleaning up my dad's facial hair on the side. It doesn't grow too thick on the sides. In fact, this is probably like the thickest or longest I've ever seen it. He usually just does a nice little goatee, but I like when he has it like this. Try and get it darker. That way I can clean it up and line it up nicely. But cleaning up his little lineup area. Not trying to cut his eyebrows even though I want to, Dad. Maybe next time. Here's where I finally make his part line. He just didn't have a natural one that was showing up, so I ended up just putting it where I think it would have naturally been, and I think I chose a nice spot. This is the Babyliss clippers. I believe it's the number 1 guard attached, but I could be wrong. It could be the half guard with the lever all the way open. Just doing a little bit more detail work, making sure that both sides are even, cleaning up the little hairs that stick out on the part line area and around the back since he did have a little bit of a cowlick. Dusting him off, I did forget to add powder, which I should have. My dad's hair, his skin was a little bit irritated, his skin was a little dry, so I added some moisturizer to the side and back of his neck, and that definitely helped out a lot. Applied a little bit of Johnny B hair gel and just brushed and parted, and it looks so good, you guys, especially from the beginning on how it looked. I think the haircut came out so good. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Here's a before of it, and y'all already know about the after.